Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome, Veronica.
Hello.
Welcome,
Wow.
everyone. This is episode 99 of the NgoVo Convo podcast, where two stupids make a hype.
Right.
That's right. It's hype. It's always hype.
It's hype.
Because I'm the
And
host.
I'm here.
Well, I'm the host.
Oh, that's true.
I've never clarified that for like 3 years, but yeah. But like I said, I'm one of your hosts, Harrison O, and I'm joined by Veronica Bo.
I'm right here. He's right there.
If you don't know, check on YouTube, trust.
Yeah.
But if you're new here, we just want an excuse to talk about. Wow, I need my
Oh.
coffee. My brain's going too fast in my mouth. We just want an excuse to talk about anything that ranges from animated comics, really just to clean up our never-ending backlog. But some
Wow.
would say, it's two people conversing.
Wow. Like NgoVo Convo. NgoVo Convo. Logos above Harrison's head. He's pointing.
I'm pointing. But you can watch every episode on youtube.com or listen to it as a podcast by searching up NgoVo Convo and NgoVo Convo on your podcast service of choice. In this episode, Veronica, what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk
What are
about...
we gonna
It's
be
not
talking
a really long title, but it almost is.
Yeah.
Do I have a vendetta? No. But we're we're going to be talking about Welcome to Demon School Season 3. I don't want to say the
Yes.
full thing, but yes.
Welcome to Demon School. Season 3. Because we already did 1 and 2 earlier.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
this kind of just finished, but this is also finished. This finished like last season. So we're catching up on our backlog.
Yeah, March.
somehow.
March.
But if you haven't finished, you can watch it on the entire season should be on Crunchyroll and then maybe on other sites, but we watched it on Crunchyroll. So,
yes, we did.
but give that a watch. It's 21
21 episodes.
episodes, yeah. I was like, is it 22 or 21? But yeah, 21.
21.
So,
Savage. Just kidding.
stop. Cringe. But yeah, go ahead and give that a watch. Give this video a like so you can save it for later, because that's what I do. Trust.
Me too.
Yeah. It's so easy.
Yeah.
You can add it
It
to
is.
like watch later, but I feel like watch later, I just don't ever click.
I forget
Yeah.
it's in that
Some people
queue.
do utilize watch later like correctly, but I do not. So,
Same. Wow. Two same brain cells.
well, I like the video because I'm like, oh, if I do like it, cool. If I don't, I don't like it. But we don't do that here.
It's forgotten. Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't do it here.
But what we're gonna do is give our non-spoiler thoughts, how we felt about it, non-spoilery, and then we'll get into the details.
Spoilery. The goods.
Goods. Veronica, what do you think
Yes.
of season 3?
I was a little sad
You were sad?
because
What?
it wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. So I started watching it weekly for like a month.
Mm-hmm.
And then I realized that it was going to be this like thing where it's just kind of like blue balling me towards the end of almost like every other episode, so I stopped. But it had potential because after the ending of season 2, I thought they were going to go into details about like Iruma and like his kind of like evil cycle era, if that makes sense. I don't know. It was
No,
okay.
no.
It was an okay season for what it was.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I also felt that I had different expectations. But before that, you mentioned how you started watching it weekly. The last 2 seasons, did you binge it though?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I binged
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, this is also the first time I think this one I also technically binged. I watched like half of it. And then
And
I
you
think
saved the other half.
well, it was more like, actually, no, I treated it as more like a lunch break show. So every time I had lunch, I just watch one episode and
Yeah.
keep going. So sometimes it did end up being like a weekly thing, but not. But I guess for me, this was like, I think my expectations were kind of different because I expect this to be more slice of lifey. So that's the detail that you were expecting. But in this one, it deals with more of the other classmates more often than not. And
Yeah,
if
there are a
you've
lot of
seen-
characters.
If you've seen season 2, I would hope so if you're watching this. Otherwise, spoilers.
Yeah, it's about to be spoilery.
Spoilers for that. They have to reach a certain rank, right? They have to reach Dalit rank.
Yeah.
And I think that's what caused the whole incorporation, like having to incorporate the entire class. They had to pull a My Hero.
Yeah, that's what people were saying. It was basically a My Hero in like slice of life version.
Yeah, because it's not outright. Is this a shonen? I don't know. I wouldn't say so.
It is.
But it is. It doesn't feel like one to me.
No, the genre is comedy fantasy.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because it's more of a comedy. That's why I was like, if it has a bit of focus on comedy too, compared to like just a typical shonen. Their details are cool, or the details at the end of season 2, like having the whole evil cycle, wanting to know more about that. Yeah, I had a feeling it just wouldn't touch that for a while.
And they sort of did. Sort of.
It kind of did towards did. Again, but it did that last time too.
Yeah, it did.
And it did that season 1 also. So that's why I guess my interpretation was that's the formula. They'll just deal with the typical school thing at the beginning that alludes to.
It was cute.
Yeah.
It was cute though.
I did feel like I thought it was cool, but after a while, I think you're right. It kind of felt dragged because you had to follow all the other classmates.
And we were so bad with names. I was just like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Which one's which?
I remember the pairings, but that's about it.
Yeah, same.
But overall, I think it was fun. But yeah, I think it was just like a average watch. I think, okay, again, like I know, I will say this. You and my brother kept pushing this. I had more hype for the whole series. And I think after watching it enough, I'm like, oh, okay, this is like an okay series. Yeah. You guys found it funny, and I'm like, it's funny, but I think overall,
it was funny. I think the first season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I think it's like okay, it's not.
It's definitely okay.
I'll keep watching because I'm curious about the through line, about the underlying plot about the demon stuff, because the next season seems interesting. So
yes,
this also feels like a in between.
It's like a setup and.
If you've kept up with My Hero, it felt like a season 5 versus the season 6.
6, yeah.
So
that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah, but I still think it was cool to see because I think that's like with that in mind, I think it was still a fun watch. It dipped compared to 1 and 2, but I think they're trying to prep for the next season.
Hopefully, I don't think I've heard anything about season 4 yet, unless they announced it.
I don't know. I'm assuming.
But yeah.
But yeah, right.
How it ended, yeah.
Yeah, with how it ended. So.
Yeah.
But that's all my non-spoiler stuff. I thought it was okay.
Me too.
You sounded like it was okay.
It was an okay season. Yeah. Let's just get into it.
Let's get into it, because then we could talk about specifics. Spoiler
Yes.
warning. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dumbledore.
Wow, you read my mind.
That's an old joke. Like
No, yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's like dated at this point.
Iruma was just he was something else.
It was just there.
Yeah.
Okay. I do think it was so okay, this is essentially divided into 2, right? How I think I'm trying to remember this correctly. They did the oh my god, the special tutoring was the first few episodes, right?
Yeah, the first few episodes, yeah.
Okay.
Or training, basically.
The yeah.
Yeah.
Cause I think okay, yeah. The training was the end of season 2, but it was the training for Iruma that we got some details on that. Right. Then the festival was essentially the entire season.
It was basically the whole season.
Yeah.
I think like 90% of the season was them doing the 4-day festival.
I think it was cool to see how everyone powered up.
Yeah. And their training behind that too of their senseis.
Yeah. Because they essentially, that's what it was. They came together and they were like, oh, after the training who had it worse and all that, and I thought that was funny. It's just funny to see who got who and for what reason.
Yeah.
And how they dealt with it. But everyone essentially got a power up because now the misfit class is the
like really high ranking
class.
Yeah.
Ironically.
Yeah. I love the Alice and the other guy. They had another pairing, the Dordo brothers.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And those brothers were like
Dora. Yeah, the Dora.
The Dora. Yeah.
They mistook who
mistook who was their teacher.
Yeah.
And I thought it was really fun because it was stretched out over like 3 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I was getting tired of it. I was like, oh my god, they just like mistook the wrong people.
Train
they were
on
like
my
in the different they were in like a different area when they were supposed to be. But I thought that was really funny because Alice was like, I'll do whatever it takes.
I thought that was really funny because the entire time they did really. Oh my gosh, this train is super long and super loud.
It's okay.
No, it's not. It's not. I thought it was funny because they even baited you. They made you think when they were talking under the mask and stuff, they made you think it was Balam Sensei, but it wasn't.
I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
And all the teachers like being proud of their students while they were watching.
They're all making bets on who would do best.
Yeah.
Was that your favorite duo? And because it did break it off into duos.
Yeah, they did. No, I liked the what's his name? The guy that stole stuff.
Oh,
the lion.
Okay.
I like that. That duo was my favorite.
Which was
because.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, just because their teacher was just really conniving. And I thought that was really funny because they had to work in like this hell bar for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, I think it was Jazz and Kamui. Was that the one?
I think so.
No. Kamui was the owl.
Oh yeah, that was owl.
Because
it was like aloe something. Started with an A. I forget.
Aloe.
That was my favorite duo.
Yeah.
That was my favorite duo.
I did like them a lot because I thought their training was like the coolest one, I'd say.
It was the funniest one.
It's the funniest one because they were like taken away and they're like, ah.
I'm at a bar working now.
I have to work. They were having fun and they realized they got screwed.
Which was my favorite part. I was like,
let me see. I think.
Do you have a favorite? I was gonna guess Alice might have been your favorite. Alice and the other guy.
That was it actually wasn't. I think I also like Jazz and Alec Concert. I don't know. I like theirs because I thought their how they tricked people was the coolest.
Oh yeah. Because one was smart and one was tricking.
Yeah. So
together.
Yeah. So I thought that was good. The second one that I was actually very surprised about was Kamui and what's her name?
the idol girl.
Yeah. Idol girl. That's because the entire time they built her up as like a very shy person, and she has to have a persona. But in the festival, she was like Ice Queen essentially.
Yes.
But then
took
like
in all the beasts.
I like how all the animals were like, my queen.
Let's make her happy. She's happy.
I thought that was possibly one of the most OP looking, right?
Yeah.
Did you expect the ones that got dropped out? Did you expect that?
Yeah.
I didn't expect anyone.
It wasn't
I didn't expect anyone. No, the ones in Misfit class that got dropped out.
Oh no, yeah.
Because essentially Alice was one. When he did it though, I wasn't surprised. But Jazz was the first time I was like, oh shoot, yeah, that's right. People can get knocked out. You can't get tricked. Because he got tricked into punching that one guy, Hoofman.
Oh yeah. No, I did because Iruma had to, win.
I thought
plot.
See, I think even then he still would have won, but I think the way that Jazz and all them helped him win was really cool though.
Oh yeah, the teamwork.
Yeah, again, I think Jazz and Alakar was the coolest one because they were the ones that figured out like all these random stuff.
Yeah.
Like Jazz is out, and in my mind I was, oh yeah, Alakar's out too for some reason. They framed it that way, but it's true, he never was out.
Which was really funny.
Yeah.
No, I think it was really fun. And then Clara and Alice were like helping out too in their own way.
In their own way.
Yeah.
Okay, like okay. I didn't you remember how like they kind of alluded to how the sexiness worked?
Yeah.
And Claire's was like the most questionable. I was like, okay, I get how Elizabeth works.
Yeah.
But Clara I couldn't understand. But then finally they showed her power. I was like, oh, that's wild. That makes
And then
sense.
even then, she like Iruma wasn't even tired in her little like the toy world or whatever.
Because Mana.
Yeah.
Because Mana's a thing.
It is.
But Clara doesn't understand that, so she wasn't freaking
cute.
out too much. Yeah, it was cute.
They were cute. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of cute, funny moments. But I feel like it was still dragged out. But again,
But I think by a couple episodes.
Yeah. There's like a few that they kind of focus on. I think this is the one negative where they had to just fill, because if you only followed Iruma like you usually would, then this would have been so much shorter.
Half a season, like 13 episodes.
Maybe not
season.
even. Maybe not.
Yeah.
If they dragged it out enough, it could have been 13. But I think it was enough content to see how everyone else is progressing. Because I think the rule is that the entire class has to reach Dalit, right?
Yeah. In order to like move on.
So I guess
next year.
Which then once I got reminded of that, I was like, oh, okay, that's why some people had to drop, because Alice is already at Dalit. It doesn't matter. I think Jazz was only 3.
I think he was at 3.
So
I think a lot of them were at 3.
Yeah, so a lot of them could still move up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked how they brought up Iruma's parents though, as his traumatic.
I know.
Moment.
They made him cry. They made Clara cry.
Yeah, Clara's was like they reminded me of like why Clara's issue.
Yeah, why her
And
issues
I
are
forgot
like that.
that's why Iruma was good to her, or a good person.
Yeah. It was wild.
Did you expect a Legend Leaf to look like that?
No.
It's just like a derpy,
like a derpy looking
devil.
like tulip thing.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. And it started talking too, and I was like, what the heck is this?
Yeah. And it was funnier because then they explained why the trials were as they were, and it was the most undemon person could get through it, which is why
Iruma could do it, because he's not a demon.
He's not?
Yeah. We're 3 seasons in. Everyone should know he's a human.
I like the instructors banquet, by the way. That was probably like the funniest thing.
That was the funniest thing.
Like seeing all the instructors drink. It's great.
I loved it because they could relax. They were rescuing their students.
Yeah, it's always like I feel like the meat, it's always the first like 15 or so episodes. And then like there's the 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. That just kind of.
And then it's like the last 5 episodes that gets interesting again.
Yeah.
With the plot. With the actual plot. Yeah. With the actual plot.
Yeah. Yeah. Because now that jumping to that, now essentially Ball. Because that was the whole thing. I think last season was interesting because we had like the underlying evil group that's like actually doing stuff, right? This one was just class focus.
Like a training.
Yeah.
Class focus, yeah. Like you said earlier, it was like My Hero.
Yeah. It's like essentially setting up for like a big fight, which seems to be the case. Yeah, seems to be the case. And then I guess are you interested in watching the next one though, after all this?
I am. I'm interested in the 13th member. The one that was like low key.
Yeah.
that I think even we forgot because they even did a flashback of like when we saw him in season 1.
Mm-hmm.
So
the classmate?
I am curious. Yeah, the classmate.
Yeah, how it's true because he's been there, but he hasn't done anything.
Yeah, which I feel like is what Iruma wanted, was just to be low key, and he can't be low key.
Yeah.
But I thought it was cute that Alice and Clara and Iruma are like
they got the
besties.
The besties because they got to reunite.
Yes, and Alice's mom is hilarious.
Alice's mom, so funny.
It's so funny.
Also,
she's just like, "You have a secret?" And he's like, "What?" Iruma was like, "What? Where? Who?"
Scary mommy vibes.
Yes.
I think also Leeds and Iruma's partnership is still very surprising just because they got paired up. But
yeah, but they were like kind of like the weakest.
Yeah.
So obviously they were going to get paired up.
Yeah. Yeah. But I thought it was funny how they showed his, like, they hung out after and, like, Iruma got a game console gaming thing. And then the sister is, like, someone that can't get a boyfriend or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I think all the funny stuff, really funny stuff, happened after the Harvest Festival.
Yeah, I agree. Before and after.
Yeah. But yeah, again, I think this is overall okay. The one thing I was very curious about is how like the Demon King was like saying, "Oh, are you the one?"
Yeah, I know.
And I was like, "Why? Why is he looking for that?" You know, it's weird.
It's like who, when, where.
Still think it's the ring guy.
Oh, Ollie?
Ollie? Yeah.
No, yeah, same.
Makes sense. It would make sense.
He was a little sus at some parts. Like, really sus, especially in the cave. I was like,
But it was still funny how he was, like, trying to protect you.
Yeah!
He was, like, Iruma, wake up!
Iruma just, like, flattens him for a little bit.
But I think we said this. That's what you're interested in for next season?
Yeah, the 13th member.
The 13th member.
Yeah, that's what I'm really interested in. And just to see Iruma's, because they kept alluding to Iruma's, like, potential power-up with the bow and arrow.
Then they showed it.
And then they showed it, but it was just, like, 3 scenes. It wasn't, like...
The build-up wasn't there.
Yeah.
It was,
wasn't
again, this is
explained.
The focus was on everyone else. That's really what it was. I think that's what made it feel like it was dipped. It was cool to see them, but I think it's having that My Hero Academia effect.
No,
like
I agree.
Boku
yeah,
effect.
That's why I'm really interested in the 13th member and Iruma's potential power-up or whatever he has with the bow and arrow, because that was pretty cool to see in like the 2-3 scenes that we saw.
Yeah. But
how about you?
No, I think I'm interested, but I'm worried that will be the entire plot again.
For next time.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Unless he's like really interesting, which he could be, because he's been able to stay low key this entire time.
So we'll see what his backstory is.
The Pusan guy?
Yeah, the 13th
yeah.
member?
Oh. Are we talking about the classmate?
Yeah, the classmate.
Yeah. Well, they just said that he was just like, he's been there the entire time, but no one's noticed.
Yeah. I just wonder why.
Yeah. So we'll see. That's how I was like, he's probably like low key cool, but also low key like bland on purpose.
I think so, yeah.
Which I think what you said was true, like how Iruma wanted to be that, but isn't.
He can't.
Cannot.
He cannot.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, but it's like, now I know like it could dip, which happens a lot.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
I agree. I'm just happy we watched it.
Yeah, I don't know if. Yeah, you're right. I don't know if season 4 was confirmed at all, so I guess we'll see.
I don't think it was, not yet.
Yeah, because wasn't there like a huge gap between these two?
Yeah, like a 2.5-3 year gap.
I guess we'll just.
It's because of COVID. It was.
Yeah,
of COVID,
that's true. That's true.
Yeah. So.
That's right.
We'll see.
We'll see. But that's all I got. Unless you got anything else.
Nothing else.
Nothing else.
Just watch it if you want. If you want to continue the story.
It's definitely like one of those side ones.
Yeah.
Is how I treated it.
Definitely.
But yeah. Otherwise, thanks for tuning in. You can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Facebook at NgoVo Convo and NgoVo Convo. If you're on YouTube, if you haven't already did what I did and click that like button to save this, do it again. Let us know that you liked it. That you liked that idea.
Or that you liked it.
You know what? I just have to specify because I'm the one that uses the like button incorrectly. I used it as a save button. But you know what? That's fine.
It's fine.
But if you're also like one of those people, subscribe. Lamau. But
yes, click it.
Click it. Okay. Yeah, let us know how we're doing in the comments or whatever. What you want to see next. What you thought. If you even watched this season. If you think you should. Because it feels
down
like
below.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know.
Everything.
Otherwise. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.